Everybody, and welcome to Comics from the Future. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our big show where we show you some of the biggest and best books you can pre-order by this weekend. So head on over to infinityflux.net right now, where you can start placing your pre-orders for those books that come out. Looks like we're getting into some late October to November books for this. So that's when you can expect these to release. So go ahead and get your pre-orders in so you don't miss out when they are released, and they sell out immediately, and you're very sad for that.
And you never recover.
And
it ruins your life.
So to prevent things like that, go ahead and pre-order your books at infinityflux.net. So this is an interesting show. A lot of these books are a fifth Wednesday of the month, so it means you're not getting a lot of your big ongoing series. You're getting some interesting annuals, one-shots, that kind of thing, and a lot of number twos of books that are actually coming out like this week, coming out on Wednesday. So really great stuff we're going to be going over. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this awesome content. And let's get going, starting with our Prime Comics pre-orders.
Well, speaking of big annuals, this is probably the biggest. This is the Absolute Batman Annual for 2025. This is written and drawn by Daniel Warren. Well, the main story is written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson. There are also some smaller stories from James Herron and Meredith McLaren.
There's no little stories.
That's true. I guess I meant shorter stories. That's what I should have said. Right.
Short stories. There's not little stories.
That's right. So this is going to tell some early adventures of Absolute Batman. For example, how did Bruce acquire his Batmobile? Which is what I've been wondering this whole time now.
He clearly didn't stumble upon that giant. He found a construction site
and an abandoned dump truck. And what was it like for Black Mask's party animals when Batman first hit the scene? Like, what was their reaction? Oh gosh, there's a guy out there like beating up criminals. What did they think about it? And then whatever is going on the cover there, we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to speculate. I know what I think it looks like, and it looks awesome. But we'll see what that story actually leads into. But yeah, so Absolute Batman, drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson. I am sold.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait for this. And this comes out end of this month, end of October on the 29th. So that's one of your fifth Wednesday of the month books right there. So we have this A cover from Daniel Warren Johnson. There's a Nick Dragotta cover of the new Batmobile and a James Herron cover, which Absolute Batman, there's no way he can get bigger. And James Herron says, I'll raise you.
Hold my bat axe.
Right.
Yeah, this is going to be really cool. I'm wondering, they haven't announced annuals for the other books, have they?
Not that I know of.
But I wonder if this is going to be a thing, going forward. I think this is a cool opportunity to see other artists do their interpretation of these characters. Yeah. So that's going to be really, really fun. Well, next up, we have the Infernal Hulk issue number 1. This is kind of a continuation of the Hulk series that's going on right now. This is by Philip Kennedy Johnson, who is working on the current one right now, along with Nick Klein. It says, this is incredible, immortal, and infernal.
I see what you did there.
I didn't do that. They did that in the thing, but I just delivered it with great ability. So the evil known as Eldest has literally torn Bruce Banner and the Hulk apart and taken the Hulk's body as their own. So you can see that tear right there, part Hulk, part Eldest, all action. When this book does release, we'll cover it and we'll let you know then how good of a jumping on point is this. But it sounds like a fun story, even if you haven't been reading, to jump into, because it just sounds like you're going into a crazy situation. Yeah. This new unstoppable Infernal Hulk is 10 times the monster that everyone always feared the Hulk would be. Their diabolical plan is to plunge the world back into ancient horrors by transforming our heroes into nightmares beasts. Meanwhile, the indomitable Bruce Banner, though powerless, will stop at nothing to thwart their evil schemes. So it sounds like a Bruce Banner versus the Hulk situation, which can be very fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how long this is going to last. It feels like, kind of a critical point in the story.
I mean, I don't think it's supposed to be a mini series. Like this is the next ongoing for Hulk. So, but I don't know if it's.
I don't know if you're going to be getting Infernal Hulk as a member of the Avengers or anything at this point, but looks really cool, sounds really cool, so I'll be excited to check it out when it does release. So if you are reading the current Hulk, you'll probably need to go ahead and pre-order this series to continue that story, or if you want to jump into something new, definitely pre-order as well. We've got our A cover here. We've got a Dan Panosian foil variant. We've got a Inyuk Lee Streetverse variant, which you're going to be seeing a lot of these.
Yeah.
And we've got a Nick Klein promo variant, which that's the promo image they released before they announced the actual book. Yeah. He's got a little.
He's got a little river. There's like two little dudes in a kayak just floating down the river.
Yeah, going down a Mountain Dew river.
That sounds delicious, actually. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Godzilla #1. This is from Tim Seeley and Pharaoh Pei. And this is great because there are not enough Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Godzilla books out right now. We need more of them. But this actually sounds really cool. So long before the organization known as the Foot Clan was corrupted by Shredder, its original purpose was to save Japan from kaiju, which sounds really cool. But now in the present day, Godzilla and its fellow monsters have reappeared. And not only is the Foot Clan not prepared to stop all those kaiju this time, but it seems like Shredder is actually the one behind all of the attacks. Shredder has maybe summoned them up for some reason. The villainous ninja is attempting to use the kaiju. I said for some reason, and then it said Shredder's attempting to use the kaiju to create a new mutagen, one that would give his henchmen a massive upgrade.
I hope we see a giant monster Bebop and Rocksteady kaiju size.
Kind of like what we saw in the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, the second volume where King Shark had become a big kaiju.
But just imagine goofy Ninja Turtles characters, just like big, monstrous.
That's like Power Rangers when Rita throws down the staff and the monster grows big. And it does say, can the Turtles make it to Japan in time to stop this madness? So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, Ninja Turtles and Godzilla. I feel like Ninja Turtles have been crossing over with a lot of stuff, and Godzilla has as well. And now they're finally coming together like this.
Now, there is a toy line that just released. I saw it yesterday that is crossovers of Ninja Turtles and Godzilla. Like Leo is Godzilla.
Really?
I forgot who's like Ghidorah or Rodan, but they're the turtles, but as kaiju monsters.
I haven't seen that.
I do really want the Leo as Godzilla. They look really cool, but it's kind of cool that it's like there's some synergy to all of this marketing.
That's so 90s too. It's like let's release a line of Ninja Turtles that are just like wacky mashups or whatever. So this is our A cover, and that's your interior artist right there. There is a Ba cover, and there's Leo as Godzilla.
That's what the figure looks like.
Is he like sit like crisscross applesauce? Was like
if you twisted his legs enough, maybe.
There's a Rebus cover and a Galloway cover. Not Sean Gordon, Sean Galloway. Saturday morning.
With Godzuki.
Yeah. I hope he's in it.
Oh, I love Godzuki. Godzilla looks like, hey, why you playing with my little nephew down there? Well, next up, finally, we can talk about Supernatural #1. This got moved and moved and moved. We talked about it on our Wednesday show.
Yeah, multiple. Last Wednesday was.
But it was on our list to talk about multiple times leading to this, and it's made it to the Friday show. So that must mean this is the official.
It's finally locked in. Yeah, we had a couple questions like, "Hey, are you guys ever going to talk about Supernatural?" This has been on our list to talk about every week for at least a month. And finally, I think it's locked in.
Yeah. Now we'll see by Monday if
it's able for you to order or not.
If it survived this entire time. But no matter if you've already put in your pre-orders for this, they still carry over. It's just that the final order cutoff date has shifted, but it should be this week now. So Supernatural #1. I was a big Supernatural fan. Me and my brother watched this. For the most part through the duration of the show. I think maybe we didn't see the last season or two, but for the most part, especially those one and done monster episodes were fantastic, and we're getting that in comic form with this. Greg Pak is writing this with Eder Messias on art, and in this is set between seasons 1 and 2. Now, I know there's kind of like a camp of people who like the beginning of Supernatural and the later Supernatural where it gets more like angels and demons, but the early stuff is very like Monster of the Week, and I love that. I love the just ghost hunting, monster hunting stuff from the first 2 seasons, and that's kind of the time frame this is going to take place. Sam and Dean are hitting the highways. and small towns of America searching for demonic and monstrous wrongdoings. Introduces new threats the brothers will have to contend with before they get back to the search for the demon that killed their mother. And the first issue in this will have they'll have to uncover the entity that was responsible for a series of mysterious fires in a decaying Rust Belt town. So it does sound like this is going to almost be a monster of the week type thing, which I love. It for comic format especially is going to work really well.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be like a one and done story. Every issue is a one and done. That'd be kind of
There
neat.
might be like, you know, a little through line you might see in it, but I think for the most part we're probably going to get, I think issue number 2 is also a one and done. So I love this. If you're a big Supernatural fan, I mean, this is a property that we haven't been over, you know, saturated with since it ended. There hasn't been a whole lot of bonus things, so this is going to be really, really cool.
Other than the 14 years that it was on TV, not a lot of saturation.
Yeah, but it's been off TV for now for a while.
That's true.
You've got, you know, one of them is Walker Texas Ranger now, and so we've got our A cover right here.
And the other one is Soldier Boy. In
Boys. We have a David Cosen's variant. We have a Messias variant. So that's your interior artist, which it looks great.
Yeah, I like that.
And we also have a photo variant with the handsome boys themselves.
This is Venom number 251. So this is from Al Ewing and Paco Medina. We wanted to talk about this one for a couple reasons. Doc Ock is back as the director of operations for SCAR, which is the anti-symbiote agency that's been going after Venom for the last year or so. And Doc Ock has the all-new toxin in his sights. MJ gets a new gig, and we saw a little bit of that in Venom number 250 that came out this week. And it says that Venom gets a new look. And I think this might be more than just like, oh, the hero gets a new costume.
Or he gets a little hat or something.
Yeah, he gets right. He's but so we've seen on the cover of number 251 where Venom looks like what we think looks like the Ben Reilly suit. It's red and blue like Spider-Man, but it has the big black spider in the middle. And I think in issue number 252 that we'll talk about in about a month, it does mention that Venom has a new, they say new name, but I think there's going to be a new host for Venom. I think that this might be, this issue or the next one might be Mary Jane's last hurrah as Venom. So we'll have to wait and see when this comes out. But when it says Venom gets a new look, that made me think maybe if he does get a new host, that starts right here. So
yeah, maybe.
Not sure.
It could be last page. Right. It could be something like that.
Yeah.
But it looks like we are transitioning from this current Venom into that new form, whatever that looks like.
And that is not confirmed, that we might be wrong, but just based on everything we've seen and we've read, that seems like the direction that they're going in.
Yeah. I'm really excited about it. I've loved this series so far, and I like that it is morphing and growing and changing.
Yeah. Yep, so this is our A cover. There's an In-Hyuk Lee Street Verse variant. That looks great. I hope that's the new look. There's a Puppeteer Lee variant and a Scon variant. I like the gold spider on the back.
Yeah, that's really cool. There was the old, I mean, it's not that old, but the Amazing Mary Jane series that Carlos Gomez did the art for. I would love this branch back off, and we got another one of those with her acting career and everything.
I'd absolutely read. I don't need the jackpot stuff. Just give us Mary Jane.
Yeah, it was her, and she was on a movie set, and the movie set hired a bunch of Spider-Man villains, reformed Spider-Man villains. It was great. Yeah. Well, next up we have Superman Red and Blue 2025 special. So this is kind of a return, at least for a one-shot, to what we had a couple of years ago, the Superman Red and Blue miniseries. This is going to be like that. It's going to be a collection, an anthology style, couple of stories. And they say this is kind of capping off our summer of Superman that we've had that has been awesome. And this is a really fun one. I got to sample a few of the stories in here. I didn't get to read them too in depth, but just got to see them, got to see the art, and this looks really good. So we've got stories from Paul Dini, Dan Abnett, Michael Walsh, Rainbow Rowell, and more. And it's really cool. One, I love seeing this because looking at the stories, there's a lot of Lois in here, which I love, a lot of Lois in the stories. So we've got a story from Paul Dini that soars from Gotham to Metropolis. Dan Abnett gives a reporter the Superman scoop of the century. Michael Walsh makes his DC debut, and Rainbow Rowell revisits Lois and Clark. So this is going to be really, really fun. There's something in the last story that's really cool that uses the red and blue idea with Superman or Clark and Lois. So if you are a fan of the previous one, or you're just looking for a really fun, kind of out of continuity, just a fun Superman collection of stories, don't miss out on this one. We've got our A cover here by Chris Samney, and we have a Michael Walsh variant.
This is the Dick Tracy Halloween special. This is a one-shot. This is going to come out at the end of October on the 29th, so it's going to come out right in time for Halloween. This is from Alex Segura, Michael Moresi, Chantel Amy Osmond. The art is by Craig Cermak. And as Dick Tracy and his allies try to piece together the return of one of the city's most bloodthirsty killers, other Dick Tracy villains start to creep out from under the woodwork. But the heroes dig deeper into the twisty mystery and discover something new and perhaps more sinister. And this is featuring the Mad Cave debut of one of the most iconic Dick Tracy characters ever, the Kid. So this will be his first appearance in this run of Dick Tracy. So I don't know. I mean, the Dick Tracy series is really cool, and the fact they're doing a Halloween special with Dick Tracy, I love Halloween stuff, but a period piece like that. Everything about that sounds fun.
Yeah, I got to spend some time with Alex Seguera this last weekend and talking about Dick Tracy and his Star Wars books, all of that. It was really, really cool. He's got the tone and the voice and everything of Dick Tracy down pat. So even if you haven't read any of this run, I think this would be a really fun one shot.
No, absolutely,
to pick up because it's kind of a one and done holiday special.
Yep. So this is our A cover, and there is a Sue Lee variant.
Ooh, creepy smiley faces.
That's like the Infinity Flux, the pumpkin, on the shirt.
Well, next up we have Predator Badlands. This is, I'm not sure if this is a one-shot or a mini-series. Do you know?
I don't know, but I'll look while you talk about it.
Yeah, so this is by Ethan Sachs, and the art is by Elvin Ching. Ethan Sachs did the Star Wars The Bounty Hunter series, which was great. This is the official prequel done in collaboration with the director Dan Trachtenberg. So, this is going to fit right in. It's going to be, no continuity errors or anything.
It looks like this may be a one-shot because there's none listed. I mean, we have this list. It's for December, but there's not a number 2 listed.
So maybe this is just a one-shot, but this one follows I'm guessing this is the young Yautja from the movie, but a young Yautja warrior is given a seemingly simple task by his father: retrieve a piece of technology from a derelict spaceship that crashed years ago. Inside, however, an ancient and deadly threat lies in wait. Now the predator will become the prey. Never heard that before, but it just sounds like a cool, hey, let's get a little bit more backstory on our young Yautja predator in this. And so this will be out, when is the release?
The 12th of November. I don't remember when the movie comes out.
It comes out in December, I believe.
Oh, I thought the movie was November.
It might be late.
I think it's November. Later, so I think this will be out before the movie.
So great primer for that. And I love Predator, so I am all for this. I'm very excited. We've got our A cover right here, and we have the movie variant, which, I mean, it just looks like you're seeing something from 2 different angles.
Yeah. This is Echo, Seeker of Truth #1, and I believe this is a one-shot as well. This is written by Taboo and B. Earl, who also wrote Ultimate Hawkeye that came out a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And the art is by Jim Terry. When her cousin goes missing in L.A., Echo goes to L.A. to try to find her, but she discovers a series of disappearances centered around a mysterious wellness cult called Wisteria Meadows. And as her investigation deepens, Echo will discover a truth about herself that she never imagined. Who is the faceless puppet master behind the cult, and what is their sinister plan? And this also includes a Marvel Voices Infinity comic adaptation by Melissa Flores and Kyle Charles. So it sounds like maybe it's also going to include a physical reprint of a digital comic before. But yeah, so Echo fans, you've got a new book here. This is our A cover. There's a Carmen Carnero variant and a Maria Wolf variant, who we saw at
I also talked to this weekend. I got a magic print from her, but really, really cool. Well, next up we have a new book from Dark Horse. This is American Caper, and this is by Dan Hauser, who is one of the head writers for Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption.
Nice.
So you can already get an idea of what we're in for this. And the other writer is Laszlo, with art by David Lapham. And this is going to be an ongoing series. So this isn't just a mini-series, this is an ongoing series. And it sounds very Grand Theft Auto feeling. A tale of 2 totally normal, completely damaged families in a world of corrupt businesses, inept local politicians, bungling criminals, and unfortunate leisureware. We follow two neighbors on the point of collapse. One is a hitman, and the other a gambling addict, both intertwined in a real estate deal gone wrong. Plus, it lists in the solicitation a whole bunch of other cast of characters. It just reminds me of a GTA game where you've got your main characters, and then you've got like all these crazy people that give you missions.
Yeah.
That they're just these like larger than life characters. But if you're a fan of, it's gonna be mature, but it's gonna have that like sense of humor that GTA games have, that over the top, that just like unbelievable world of crime that they make. You'll definitely want to check this out. It sounds really cool. So we've got quite a few covers for this. This is our Tyler Boss cover, who I believe is supposed to be doing the A covers for the whole series. We have a Simon Bisley cover. We have a Martin Simmons cover, a Joe Quinones cover, and a Marguerite Sauvage cover. So it's another one we'll be talking about on our Monday show when this comes out in November.
This is Disney Villains Maleficent #1, and I'm not sure how many issues this is going to be either. This is from Paulina Ganucheau, and the art is by Theo Stoltz. And this is set in a time just after Maleficent leveled her curse against Princess Aurora. It follows the power-hungry regent as she sets out to build up her arsenal of magical energy to the point that she'll be invulnerable to any force that would ever challenge her rule. When her goblin minions return from a raid against a neighboring kingdom, and they have this glowing grimoire in their possession, Maleficent senses an ancient and otherworldly presence between its covers, a force that could deliver to her a new wellspring of nearly unlimited power. But to take possession of it, she will have to leave the safety of her kingdom and venture into an unfamiliar and dangerous realm, a place from which few humans ever return. So so a new Maleficent book, Maleficent book for you. This is our A cover, and then we have our Ellery Santos cover. There's a Robert Quinn cover and a Theo Stoltz cover. So that's your interior artist right there.
Very cool. She's not so tough. I beat her in Kingdom Hearts. Well, next up we have Cult of the Lamb Schism one-shot. So this is going to be a one-shot kind of following up the previous miniseries we had a year or so ago, I believe. So if you're a big fan of the game, you'll definitely want to check this out. This is by the team that brought you the other miniseries, Alex Packnadal and Troy Little. This is going to be a 48-page special. And it says, in the aftermath of the first and closest follower sacrifice, Lamb continues their bloody quest to defeat the bishops of the old faith. But it seems like Lamb has been more into doing that than taking care of their cult that they've built up over that whole first series. It reminds me in the game, like you can do all the stuff in your little town, but then you can go into the woods and you do all of that kind of stuff. And it sounds like maybe he's been doing more of the fighting stuff than the town stuff. And it looks like someone is going to rise up in the town and try and take over Lamb's place as the leader of the cult. And it's going to be, up to Lamb to stop them from doing that. So if you're a fan of Cult of the Lamb, the game, or the previous comic series or whatever, definitely check this one out. 48-page special. It's going to be really, really cool. We've got our A cover here. We've got a Troy Little cover, so that's your interior artist. It looks just like the game. And we have a red blank sketch cover. And next up, because we are just on the precipice of the big event, the X-Men Age of Revelation stuff, we've got to talk about some of the big #2s that are going to be in there.
Oh yeah, so we're going to start that with Amazing X-Men #2. Now, all of the books that we're going to talk about for the next few minutes, some of these solicitations don't make a lot of sense, but they will after we read, because the #1s for, I think, all of these, well, most of these,
about half
come out next week. So it'll make more sense after we read them, and we'll tell you about them more on Monday. But this is Amazing X-Men #2, and the X-Men have found themselves at the mercy of the Dark Child and her demon knight, the Juggernaut, which sounds really cool, and that does sound like it fits in with the current X-Men run, because Magic and Juggernaut, they kind of have this like special
they're
friendship.
a cool team.
Yeah. Can the X-Men escape Providence, or will they join the residents of that cursed city in damnation? And a new ally joins them, but new truths coming to light threaten to tear them apart. So again, don't know how they got to we know how the Age of Revelation happened, but we don't know specifically what's going on with this group of characters. But hopefully, Amazing X-Men #1 that comes out next week will fill in those blanks for us. So this is our A cover. There is a Stephanie Hans variant and an In-Hyuk Lee Streetverse variant, because even in the Age of Revelation, you still got to look good.
You got to look good when you're walking down the street. Well, next up we have Binary #2. This is we've also got this one coming out next week, so we'll be talking about issue #1 on Monday. So once again, we don't know all the details, but it does say Binary faces threats from all angles. The people that she's trying desperately to keep safe, whose resentment for her protection has reached a boiling point, and now a face from her past, determined to bring chaos and destruction that will challenge even the incredible might of the Phoenix. So we'll have to see what all that means. I think we know that this is, Captain Marvel Binary.
Well, do it, because this is the book that's taking the place of Phoenix,
right?
So is that Jean Grey? Maybe
I don't know. I almost think it's like Captain Marvel with the Phoenix Force. But that's another thing we will learn when we check out #1.
Hopefully we learn.
Hopefully we learn.
Maybe
just be a dangling mystery through the whole thing. But I do know this does deal pretty heavily with the Phoenix Force. So sounds really cool. I'm excited. I got issue #1 over here to read over the weekend. So check out Monday's show where you're going to learn more about all these. We've got our A cover here. We have a Yoon variant and a Corin Howell variant.
So this is Iron and Frost #2. #1 for this one does not come out next week, so we will have to wait another week or so to really see what's going on here. But Emma Frost has come looking for Tony Stark, and Tony Stark is looking for a cure to the X virus, which is one of the big plot points in Age of Revelation, is this virus that has been unleashed on the world that is turning some humans into mutants or killing some people, just kind of a crapshoot there. But is the Iron King of the all-new Hellfire Club, and I'm assuming Tony Stark is the Iron King, is he about to lose everything he holds dear? Again, don't really know what's going on.
We don't know what he holds dear, so we don't know if he's going to lose it.
Yeah, so we'll know more when #1 comes out in a couple weeks, but this is one of the ones I'm really excited about, because I love Tony and Emma together.
Yeah.
So this is our A cover. There is a Keisha Ni variant and an In-Hyuk Lee Streetverse variant.
Very cool. And another one, we got Laura Kinney Sabretooth at #2. Now, #1 of this does come out next week, so very excited to read this one. This is one of the ones, like we were talking before the show, like how did Laura Kinney side with, like wanting to be a Sabretooth instead of a Wolverine? What transpired there? So in this one, Sabretooth, or Laura Kinney Sabretooth, must hunt her sister Gabby and half-brother Akihiro as they flee the Revelation territories. But who travels with them, and what threat do they hold over the fate of Revelation? Plus the return of a landmark ex-villain. So I skimmed through the first issue. A lot of action in this.
Yeah, the art looks good too.
It looks really good.
Issue, yeah.
So I'm really interested in this. And also, like, why is she going against her,
don't know,
her siblings in this? We'll have to read it to find out.
And what's interesting on the cover there is Akihiro, his hand is on fire, so does he still have a little bit of Helverine power?
That'd be
I don't know,
cool. Maybe. So we've got our A cover here. We have a Kamagni variant. That one's really cool. And a Ashley Witter variant.
This is Longshots #2. I think #1 of this comes out next week, I believe. Yeah, so we'll have #1 on Monday for this one as well. And the stage is set for a show unlike any other. And the solicitation for this one is a little bit weird, because this is, it's almost like Mojo is narrating it, kind of. So it's a little bit more silly. The stage is set for a show unlike any other. One so violent, so vile, we had to put the X-Babies on the cover. Otherwise, we'd have to be a Polybag Red Band book. So Please don't do that, Marvel. Watch as your favorite characters get plucked from existence and destroyed, all for your entertainment. So again, very, very Mojo right there. This is one of the ones I'm looking forward to because it's not just X-Men characters in this. We get some, I think Wonder Man,
Wonder
I
Man's
think
in there.
Hellcat, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one sounds cool. I'm looking forward to reading the first issue.
Yeah, we got the first issue right here. I think also Bishop's in here. Wonder Man. Spiral's on the cover.
Longshot.
Longshot.
Yeah, Spiral.
There's some. Rhino.
Yeah, Craven too.
Craven
yeah.
and Rhino are in this. So, yeah, there's issue number 1 we'll be talking about next week. And from skimming this, the X-Babies are in the first issue as well.
Okay.
Which, if you know that era of X-Men, that's awesome.
Yep.
They're so much fun.
So this is our A cover. There's a Philip Tan variant
Ooh.
and an Adam Polina variant.
I love Mojo, and the Mojo verse and all of that. I love Longshot, so I'm really excited about this one. Next up, we have Rogue Storm. Now, this one is not coming out next week, so your guess is as good as ours as kind of what causes all of this. But this is many secret events have taken place among the mutants of the world, including one that changed Gambit and Rogue's marriage forever. So that's pretty upsetting. As Storm embarks on her quest to destroy Egon, the devourer of Sorcerer Supreme, Gambit has a score to settle with Storm for the fate of his marriage. But what is the fate of the mystical world compared to the fate of two mutants' marriage? Well, Storm and Gambit will have to figure out the answer to that question on the dirt road to hell and carnage. So if this is an all-out fight between Gambit and Storm, it feels very one-sided, but it could be really cool to see.
You mean Rogue? Well, Rogue and Storm, right? Because that's Rogue with Gambit's power, and she has the picture.
But
of her.
Gambit is going to be going after Storm.
But I thought Gambit was in the Unbreakable X-Men book.
Well, I'm just saying what I saw.
Yeah, this one.
Gambit has a score to settle with Storm for the fate of his marriage. So it sounds like this is going to be a Storm, Rogue, and Gambit style book.
And Storm in this one sounds a little bit like maybe not such a good guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I like God mode Storm though. That's so cool. So we've got our A cover here. We've got this great Pablo Villalobos cover, and we also have an Iñak Elite Street Verse cover, which even on the street, Storm is slaying.
And Sinister's Possessive. Sinister's 6, number 2. Does number 1 come out next week?
No,
I don't think so. Yeah. So the stage is set for shoot. That's the other one. My bad. Sinister 6 race to find a cure that could save them. I guess maybe a cure for the virus as well.
Yeah, because we've seen that Black Cat on here has become like
that's her down there.
Person. Yeah. Looks like it's affected a lot of them.
But is the chance at life worth an encounter with Revelation's Angel of Death, which is Wolverine? We saw some of that in Age of Revelation Overture that came out this week. Or will the team kill each other first? I don't know. That sounds pretty awful too. So yeah, I'm excited for this one too. Again, because it's a mixture of X-Men and non-X-Men characters, Venom and Black Cat, but also Havoc and Omega Red. I mean, yeah, this one's exciting. But we'll have to wait another couple weeks for number 1 because this one is not, the number 1 of this does not come out next week. This is our A cover. There's a Justin Mason variant and an Ivan Shavrin variant.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that is it for our big event check-in, but there's still more essential comics to talk about, starting with Doctor Who, The Prison Paradox. I'm a big Doctor Who fan. It's kind of on a little hiatus right now until the next Doctor. But Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor is back in this one. This is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the first appearance of the Slitheen. And it says, this is from Dan Waters, who wrote the previous miniseries. And the art is by Sammy Cavella. With new friends and old foes, and some old foes who might just be new friends. It's an adventure that will take you across the Whoniverse and beyond. Belinda's going to be in here. They're infiltrating a prison holding monsters and villains from across the cosmos. So if you are jonesing for some more Doctor Who, since we're on this little break, definitely check out this.
That says Comic Craft on the cover. I recognize that name.
Yeah, Richard has been for quite a while been like the exclusive Doctor Who letterer, so that's really cool. We've got our A cover right here. We've got a photo cover. We have a Sammy Cavella homage cover. We have a Nipuni cover and a Flops cover. And I also got to talk about Hellboy in the BPRD. This is Hellboy in the BPRD, The Ghost Ships of Labrador. And whenever there's a Hellboy book, I have to talk about it because it's one of my favorite. Hellboy's in my top favorite comic book characters of all time, above a lot of ones you would think are not so. So this is from Mike Mignola and Rob Williams with art by Lawrence Campbell. A town overrun by ghosts would be enough of a problem, but Hellboy has an even bigger problem on his hands when a fellow BPRD agent disappears amongst the paranormal chaos. This is going to be a 2-issue miniseries, and I'm excited because if you've read BPRD or Hellboy, you know that his time with the BPRD in the main series is not that long. So getting to see him teamed up with Abe Sapien again, taking place in the past when he was still a member is going to be so cool. So if you are a fan or if you want a cool Hellboy story to read, check this one out. We've got our A cover here.
And the A cover, the art on the A cover, that's
your interior
art.
artist.
I love that artwork
It's
right
so
there. It looks
good.
great.
And we have a Matt Smith cover.
He played Doctor Who, right?
Yeah. He's also good at drawing little dogs, Labradors.
This is Amazing Spider-Man Torn #2. #1 comes out next week, so we'll be talking about that on Monday.
Yep.
In this one, Spider-Man's new villain, Evangeline, represents foes who will twist Spider-Man's and your brain.
Ooh.
Plus, Spider-Man's heart is bent by 2 of the greatest women in the Marvel Universe. I'm assuming Night Nurse and, I don't know, Clea?
Clea.
I don't know. But and this I don't know how many issues this is going to run, but this takes place in Spider-Man's college days, which I'm really excited about because I love that era of Spider-Man, that good 70s Spider-Man. So looking forward to reading this one. This is our A cover. There's an Ario and Andito variant.
That's your new villain right there.
Yep. There's a Gabriel Delato variant and a Steve Rude variant.
It's not very rude.
Yep, I like it.
Well, next up we have Amazing Spider-Man Continue. There's a lot of Spider-Man books on this. Amazing Spider-Man #15. We are back to the Space Spider story,
which I love so much.
This is going to be like the issue that follows the one we got this week.
Right.
You know, there's an issue in between it.
Yeah. The odd ones are the space story. The even issues are the Norman Osborn story. Yeah.
The secrets of space revealed. So maybe we're going to finally find out in here.
How'd he get there?
How'd he get there? What's this all about? Not only does Spider-Man learn aspects of his quest that he didn't expect, but his companions learn things about Spider-Man they didn't expect. Also, the first full appearance of a new major villain. So this is going to be big. Looks a lot like Warlock on the cover.
Is it? Yeah. Is it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we've seen...
Well, no, because isn't Warlock... Now, I know Age of Revelation's going on. That's 10 years in the future. But present day... Wouldn't they be with? Wasn't Warlock with
also, Warlock's
Ramsey?
part of a big family of people like.
Oh, the Phalanx.
Yeah.
So
it might be another Phalanx.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm excited for this. And this has been great so far. So we've got our A cover here. We have an Adam Kubert variant.
And I like that. I forget her name, but she was great in the issue that came out this week.
We have a Giuseppe Camuncoli 250th homage cover. We have an Inyuk Lee Street Verse. This looks like one you would wear in the Insomniac game. We have this great Libra Mayho. They don't call it homage, but that's also an homage. And we have a Ross Andrew Bicentennial Calendar Hidden Gem variant.
This is Marvel Knights Punisher #2. Again, #1 for this comes out next week. We just flipped through it, and it looks awesome, so I can't wait to talk about it on Monday. It's no easy task to capture Frank Castle, and what his enemies do to him this issue is well beyond that. It says, this comic will shock, disturb, and have you on the edge of your seat. And that's all it says, so I don't even know what the story is, but this does take place in the same, I guess, continuity / same time period as the World to Come book, which is also getting another issue next week. So love to see, can't wait to see what Punisher is up to in this.
We should see if he shows up in the World to Come.
The next issue. Yeah. This is our A cover, and there's a Francisco Mobley variant.
But that's not the final arc.
That's right, just in case you're wondering. And then we also have the Marvel Knights, The World to Come, #4. #3 comes out next week. And #2 came out back in July. So it's been a minute since we've read any of this at all. But we're back on track now. We'll be back on track next week with #3. #4 here, the full scope of this vision comes into focus as the whole of the Marvel Universe faces the world to come. And we still don't even know, like, what the heck, like something happened that caused the world to be the way that it is in this story, but we don't know what yet. It says, do not underestimate Katama, which is Black Panther's adopted son, I think, or it's his son. It doesn't matter. It's his son, and Katama is the one who caused whatever it was that caused this world. The world is all tied up in a knot, and the only solution may be blowing the whole damn thing up. And that's what it says in this solicitation. So maybe we'll get, because right now it's just all been Black Panther, but will we see other heroes in this like future time period? That sounds really cool to me. This is our A cover. There's a Mark Bagley variant and a retro Halloween mask variant. What a weird book to put this cover on.
Yeah. Here, kids.
Yeah, right.
Well, next up we have Spider-Man 94, issue #3. Issue #2 of this comes out next week, which it feels like it's been a long time since that issue #1 came out. But I like the questions the solicitation for this asked and everything. Who is Ezekiel Sims? Why is Kane stalking the Parker family? And what role does Craven play? Well, I mean, we know who Ezekiel Sims. Like, we know
how much time you got. You know?
But still, I guess in the context of Spider-Man 94,
in this continuity,
these are the questions we're asking. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited for Craven to show up because I love the animated version of Craven. So if you are enjoying this, don't miss picking up issue 2 next week, and then go ahead and place your pre-orders for #3. We've got our A cover here. We have an Eric Larson variant, which feels very 90s Spider-Man. We have a John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. And we have a Marvel animation variant. I do love in this blue and pink Venom. With the lighting effects on him and everything. I love their keeping.
No matter where he goes, he's always in that particular lighting setup. This is Spirits of Violence #2. #1 came out this week, so finally we got to a book that works the way it should, where you read the first issue and then you pre-order the next one. In this one, Johnny Blaze, well, this doesn't really give us a lot of information about this issue. Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch have learned of the existence of a new and dangerous spirit, an entity called the Spirit of Violence. Well, they found out about that, like, not even in the first issue, but in the previous Spirits of Vengeance series. So that's old news, basically. As the entity targets the Ghost Riders and those closest to them, will anyone be able to stand in its path? So not a whole lot of details about what this issue is going to be. But if you like the first one, don't miss this one. This is our A cover. There is a Jonas Scharf from the Chaos, a costume variant.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Cool. And a Luke Ross variant. That's the Spirit of Violence, who is bonded to somebody very close to Danny Ketch. I won't spoil it for you.
His mom.
Yeah, close.
Next up, we have Marvel Black, White, Blood, and Guts. Don't forget the guts. Issue #1 of this comes out next week. So we're talking about issue #2. And this is an anthology-style book, so I'll go over what's in here. First, we get a story by Garth Ennis and John McCrae for a sickening sequel to Garth's previous Black, White, and Blood fare with one of his most famed collaborators. Then we have a story from Alyssa Wong. Tells a terrifying tale of brotherly love and bone-breaking hammers starring Thor and Loki, or what's left of him, which that sounds pretty fun. And lastly, it wouldn't be a horror anthology without a saga of vampiric violence starring Blade, this time from celebrated creator Ho-Chi Anderson, plus a bonus 2-page set of all-new Daily Bugle funnies from Ty Templeton. This time, they are Sunday Scaries. Okay. So this is another one. I mean, this is coming out after Halloween, but keep the spirit going with Marvel Black, White, and Blood and Guts with issue #3, or issue #2. So we've got our A cover here, and we have a Kreese Lee cover.
I always love a good Thing Hulk battle.
Yeah.
This is Strange Tales #2. Say it with me, kids. #1 comes out next week, and we'll talk about it on Monday. But this I thought this So I thought Strange Tales #1 was like a one shot, like a Halloween special, but it's not. I think it's a mini series, and it sounds like each issue is going to be like a one and done story. There may be like a through line story that kind of connects some of these characters, but it's not. It doesn't sound anyway. We'll know more on Monday, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be just one big story told across 5 issues. It does sound like each issue is its own thing. In this one, while running late for her next gig with the Mary Janes on Halloween, Gwen Stacy discovers that the Night of Mischief has left Doctor Strange a victim of the nefarious Green Goblin. With pumpkin bobs exploding and webs thwipping within the halls of the Sanctum Sanctorum, grave consequences await Gwen as the witching hour comes to a close. So we're going to get some good Spider-Gwen and Green Goblin action in this, which we saw a little bit of that in Amazing Spider-Man number 12, I think, when they were all fighting. This is our A cover, and there's a Dave Barden variant.
Oh, I like the pumpkin, the Doctor Strange pumpkin.
Yeah.
Well, next up we have Spider-Man Noir #2. #1 came out this week. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
This is, of course, written by Eric Larson of Savage Dragon and classic Spider-Man fame. And in this one, the investigation into George Stacy's death heats up, and it says, and Peter figures out the murderer's identity. Which, if you read #1, I think he figured that out, and
it's a doozy.
It's a doozy for him. Gwen Stacy isn't going to like it, but in the meantime, meet Spider-Man Noir's latest and newest rogue, Hard Boil. I hope he's a big egg, but
if not, then what are we even doing here?
What are we doing here? But I can't wait for this. We've got this great Simone DeMeo A cover for this. But yeah, issue #1 was great. If you didn't check it out, please check it out because you're gonna enjoy it. We've got our A cover here. We've got an Eric Larson variant, of course. Oh, that's our boil. Oh, he's got a big.
He's got a big boil on his head.
Oh,
but it's like, is he like Hammerhead? But instead of a head, he's just got like a steel ball, like a steel boil on his head.
It just looks like if like Tom and Jerry like hits him with a big sledgehammer and what pops up on his head.
So not an egg.
Ooh.
Struck out again.
I hope it has a little face and it talks.
like Guado from Total Recall.
And we have a Rod Rice variant. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Universal Monsters Dracula Black and White Special #1, #1 of 2. There's going to be 2 issues of this, and basically this is just collects the first 2 issues of the Universal Monsters Dracula series, but in black and white. So that series was a 4-issue series. This is going to collect the first 2 issues, and then the #2 of this will collect the next 2 issues. So you'll get the whole 4-issue thing in 2 issues and in black and white. And I never got around to reading this, but you read it, right? You liked
cool.
it. Yeah.
It's kind of like the deleted scenes from Dracula, because it is Universal Dracula.
Yeah.
So it's Bela Lugosi. It's that whole cast. And it runs during the movie, but you're seeing scenes that aren't in the movie of like, wait, what was this conversation? And what was this character doing? So it does feel kind of like the deleted scenes or the director's cut of Dracula.
So this is our A cover from Martin Simmons, and then there's a Marco Chiarello variant.
Well, next up we got continuing stories, and I got a bunch of them to talk about because we got a bunch of Star Wars books to talk about. Star Wars #7. In this one, a New Republic hero is stranded with nowhere to run. So we're still going on with the story that's been going on since the first issue, but maybe we're going to be wrapping up this story fairly soon. At least it kind of like, first 7-issue arc. But once again, Alex Aguirre got to talk to him this last weekend about Star Wars, about us both working on Star Wars and the craziness that comes with that. So that was a lot of fun. He's doing a great job. We've got our A cover here. We have a Jedi Knights variant with Yoda and Obi-Wan. We have, this is the one I want, the EMGist Battle for Endor 40th anniversary cover.
Dude, I just became a kid again in the 80s. While I watched this thing over and over and over. I had a VHS tape.
Yeah.
I think I recorded it off of TV and just watched it on oh my gosh.
Yeah, so head on over to Disney Plus and rewatch some Battle for Endor. Hopefully we get it like a Caravan of Courage.
Yeah.
And
Are they on
that.
Disney Plus? Oh, I need to rewatch. Oh man, I haven't seen them since I was a kid.
So yeah, that's great, and maybe first comic cover appearance of a lot of these characters. And we also have the John Tyler Christopher action figure variant We also have Star Wars Han Solo Hunt for the Falcon number 3. Number 2 comes out this coming week, so we'll be talking about that on Monday. This one, it just Grand Theft Falcon. Unkar Plutt is going to feature in this, so I'll know more. The first issue was a setup of Han deciding to get back in it, getting Chewbacca back, and going to hunt for the Falcon. So we've got our A cover here, and we have a Ricky Agawa variant, which is really nice. Then we have, I'm really excited for this, Star Wars Legacy of Vader number 10. This may be my favorite Star Wars book coming out right now. It is so good. And in this one, Kylo delves into the depths of Vader's castle on Mustafar and sees a lot of weird stuff, and you'll see that on one of the variants. So we've got our A cover here. We have a Bengal Jedi Knights variant with Porter Engle and Bel Zettifar.
Isn't that the dog from the thing from Watchmen at the end that Ozymandias had?
That's a Char Hound.
Oh, okay.
This is from High Republic. And this is the one.
Whoa!
What crazy stuff is gonna see, like snake spine Vader, and I can't wait to see what this is. This is the Luke Ross variant.
Next is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring number 4. I love this series so much. In this one, Monica, who is the quote-unquote duck sister you see on the cover there, she's inching closer and closer to discovering the truth about her brother's death and is willing to cross any line to make that happen. And Sam, who is the serial killer bear, it's weird. She's the protagonist of the book, but she's not a good person. Yeah. Sam should be worried that Monica is about to find out the truth, but instead, Sam, the thrill has never been greater for Sam. She's really into this. Her unwitting prey is squirming in her clutches, and for Sam, this is where the real fun begins. So Sam is twisted. She is this cute, like, bear person, but she is not right in the head. So this is our A cover. There is a Tony Fleek's movie homage cover, and there is a Beals cover.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah, and we just saw...
That's like Harold and the Purple Crayon, isn't it? Yeah.
There's talks about this being adapted into a TV show of some sort. We don't know much, but that is rumblings around, and I, for one, am all for it.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Street Sharks, issue number 2. Issue number 1 came out, I believe, last week. It was a lot of fun. One of my favorite classic properties. And in this one, the sharks are hearing strange rumors about strange noises around the circus at night. So, sharks busting in on a circus, beating up some clowns. I'm here for that. We've got our A cover here. We have a Santo Luco variant, which was one of your artists on Ninja Turtles for a while. And we also have a Beals cover with streaks and his rollerblades. He's pretty rad.
This is the Phantom number 2. Number 1 came out, I think, last week, or maybe it was a week before. We didn't get a chance to read it because our shipment came in late. But in this one, when drug runners of the Singh Brotherhood lose a valuable shipment in the jungle, it'll be the villagers of Bandar who pay the price for that. The Brotherhood thinks that the Phantom is a myth, but they're about to taste the cold fist of reality, and they'll probably taste his skull ring too, you know? So this is our A cover from Freddie Williams II. We have a Kanan White sequential battle scene variant, and this is a 1 in 10.
Oh, well, there's a 1 in 10.
But there's a 1 in 10 from Nacho Bustos variant as well.
Yeah, I remember there's the episode of Mythbusters where they saw if you could punch somebody with a ring, would it really leave the mark in them? It doesn't. It would do way more damage than leaving a mark.
That's a bummer.
Next up, we have Event Horizon Dark Descent, issue number 3. Number 2 comes out next week. Number 1 came out weeks and weeks ago, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. Even if you haven't seen the movie, this is a prequel to the movie, and it is crazy. What if this spaceship about to go basically into hyperspace learns that when they do that, they actually pass through hell on the way? So I'll be talking about issue number 2 on Monday, but this is issue number 3. We've got our A cover here, and we have a Burnham variant, which looks like everybody's having a good time.
This is Savager number 2. Number 1 came out this week, and it was really cool. Now, the solicitation for this one, it just sort of recaps what the overall series is about. It doesn't give us any details for number 2 specifically, But in case you're wondering what this is, nearly 100 years after Earth fell to cosmic parasites, seemingly only the Savager, which is this guy, Savager, not Savager, Savager.
It's hard to say Savage.
Yeah, Savager, Riley Phillips, who's that guy, a former Secret Service agent fused with a deadly alien, remains. Alone and driven by vengeance, he roams the wasteland, guided only by the voice inside him. Think Venom. He's kind of like Venom. He's almost got like a symbiote inside of him that he can sort of control. Or like you said on Monday, like the video game Prototype. It feels
so
kind of
much
like that. Yeah. But when he discovers a living human, everything changes. Can a monster that was once a man become humanity's last hope? So yeah, we really enjoyed the first issue. You know, the artwork was cool. There was some cool action. It's pretty violent, but yeah. So if you like the first issue, don't miss the second one. And this is the only cover we have.
Well, next up, we got a cover gallery because there's some really cool covers to talk about this week. We're going to start off with Ultimate Wolverine number 11. This is the Andre Bresson cover, and I believe there's only one issue left after this one. So I'll be wrapping that series up soon. I can't wait to see what happens next with Ultimate Wolverine.
This is Avengers number 32. This is the Yin Streetverse variant for Black Panther. There's also Luciano Vecchio Thor variant and a Marco Forcelloni Pixar Toy Story homage variant. That one's great.
That's awesome. Next up, we've got the Inyuk Streetverse variant for Eddie Brock Carnage issue number 10. He just puts on an old jacket over his regular Carnage.
And then we have the Streetverse variant for Fantastic Four number 5. There's also a Jenny Frison variant. There's a Marco Palazzi Disney What If Fantastic Four homage variant, and a Scotty Young 5-part connecting variant. And this will be the last. I think this will be the last part of that because it was only going to be a 5-part thing.
Yeah, and I think this issue is also starring Black Cat, so that's going to be really fun.
Interesting. Okay.
Next up, we have Miles Morales Spider-Man number 40. This is the Inyuk Lee Streetverse variant.
This is Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu number 14. One of my favorite series from Marvel. Everybody needs to be reading this book because it's so good. This is the Juan Frigeri from the Chaos a Costume variant.
Yeah, they're doing a few of these too. They're kind of just like artists reimagining costumes for certain characters.
This is my favorite one of all of them, though. Like, I would love it if that were his costume. That looks so awesome.
Next up, we have New Avengers number 6. This is the Gear Hero from the Chaos a Costume variant for her.
And this is Spider-Man and Wolverine number 7, the Alessandro Capuccio from the Chaos a Costume variant.
I don't hate this. It does kind of feel a little bit like his time in Japan roots, little samurai shoulders and stuff. We also have Feral number 17. This is the Trish Forrester cover, and I'm really surprised they haven't done this one already. Yep.
We have Sonya Reborn number 3, the how do you say that?
Stepan Sajic.
Stepan Sajic variant. There's a Chad Hardin variant and a Greg Land variant.
Oh, some great covers. We also have this one for Stitch number 3. Just thought this was fun. And this does come out on 10/29, so right before Halloween. You can plaster this up in your window as decoration.
And this is Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone number 4, the Fullerton B cover.
It's really cool. And next up, we have Bookshelf, some collected editions and such of books. Going to start off with the big one. This is Invincible Universe Battle Beast Volume 1. This is going to collect issues 1 through 6 of the series. If you're not reading this, definitely pick it up. This is awesome.
We don't have number 6 yet, right? Number 6 isn't out yet?
Nope, we don't have number 6.
That's the next one to come out.
So this will collect kind of that whole first big story arc with the Juggernaut and all of that.
Because we think issues 4 and 5 have been leading up to the big battle with the Juggernaut. So that that'll be cool to have in one book.
Yep. So this is it says this is the direct market exclusive Ryan Ottley cover. This is not Ryan Ottley. This is Corey Walker doing this cover. Different Invincible artist. But this is the one like you can only get in comic book stores. And then there's also the regular edition, which is the Ryan Ottley cover. And yeah, this is going to be $16.99.
Well worth it.
Hope it has a bunch of like sketches and stuff in the back.
That'd be awesome. This is the Blood and Thunder Volume 1 trade paperback, and this is going to be $16.99 and collects issues 1 through 6 of this series, which is a lot of fun. This is the EJ Sue cover, and there's a J. Scott Campbell cover as well. I'm not sure if one of I'm assuming this one maybe is the direct market
I
variant.
think it is, yeah.
It doesn't say specifically, but this one's probably only available in comic shops.
And next up, we have Transformers, the trade paperback for Volume 4. And I believe this collects all the way up to the end, or at least up to issue 24.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Before 25
Yeah,
starts.
that would make sense.
The new one, which comes out next week. We don't have that shipment in yet, but we're planning on talking about issue 25 on Monday. It's going to be the big one where Robert Kirkman takes over on writing with Dan Mora on art, so that's going to be awesome. And this issue, one of my favorite issues of the entire series.
Oh, yeah.
With the Megatron issue with Lulu Lullaby doing the art on it. So we've got Ludo Lullaby. We've got our this is the main cover, and then there is a direct market exclusive by Daniel Warren Johnson. And that's also going to be $16.99.
Okay, so this is Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns, the trade paperback. This is going to be $17.99 and collects that whole story, but that story came out last year. So it's kind of weird that they're just now doing the trade, but it's also kind of perfect because this comes out on December 16th. So perfect in time for Christmas. And this was a really fun story as well. With this was the second of the Batman teaming up with Santa Claus books.
Next up, we got some new printings, quite a few of these. I'm going to start off with Absolute Batman, #1, the 9th printing, which looks a lot like the local comic shop day cover for Absolute Batman. So #1, 9th printing. We have Absolute Batman #10, the 2nd printing. One of the best stories so far. We have #11, 2nd printing.
That was one of the best stories too. Yeah.
We have Absolute Superman #10, 2nd printing, and Absolute Wonder Woman #11, 2nd printing. So if you're still trying to get caught up, we still have people coming in the shop every week who are just now getting on board with Absolute books, and they're trying to get the single issues. This is your best way of doing that now.
This is Skinbreaker #1, the 2nd printing. That's the A cover of the 2nd printing. There's also a Jorge Corona 2nd printing. And there is also a 2nd printing of the Treasury edition for #1, which is beautiful.
Yeah, with different covers. So, if you're trying to collect them all, there you go. I just want to show these. These are awesome. This is for the Archie facsimile #8 for Betty and Veronica #40. So this is the 8th Archie facsimile, but it collects Betty and Veronica issue #40. And these are some Dan DeCarlo Betty retro art variant, which this looks a lot like Sabrina. The first time you see Sabrina, she's kind of in that same position. And there is a Veronica one as well. So if you like some classic Betty and Veronica, some great covers here.
And this is the Ghost Pepper #1 3rd printing, and deservedly so. This is a great series.
Yeah, and this is by it says like the notes say it's the interior artist Ludo Lullaby, but I believe this is a Jason Howard cover, much like his.
Yeah, you can tell from the that's not Ludo Lullaby.
So that's if you were collecting all the Transformers ones, all that, he's doing them for Battle Beasts now. This is gonna have them as well, so that's super cool.
Which makes sense. It's Skybound.
It's a Skybound thing, and now I just want to get them all.
Yep.
Speaking of which, we have some for Transformers #24, the 2nd printing. This is the Decepticon cover. And then we also have the Autobots cover for that by Jason Howard.
And then we have the facsimile edition of the original Ultimate Spider-Man #1 from back in 2000. If you missed it, or if you haven't read it, or you just want it as it came out originally, you can grab this.
Yep. Just reread this entire thing and still holds up.
It's great.
And that is it for Comics from the Future. Thank you so much for watching. Head on over to infinityflux.net right now. Start placing your pre-orders for these books. That way you're not worried about them selling out. You'll already have your name on them when they release in the next couple of months, as we're going through October, November, and December for a lot of these. But yep, next week on Monday is a big week as well. We'll be going over a lot of books. it's our start of the Age of Revelation books. It's
DCKO #1.
DCKO #1, Absolute Batman. So you don't want to miss out on that. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. Happy Life of a Showgirl Day. That's why I'm wearing my Taylor Swift shirt. And yeah, we'll see you next time on the old tube.
Yep.
See ya.